Okay, let's get going today. This is going to be a quick introduction to marketing. There'll be a number of marketing lectures, but this is just going to be a short introduction. What is marketing? Well, the Chartered Institute of Marketing has a simple definition. It says marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements profitably. Two goals in marketing: attract new customers by promising superior value, and two, keep and grow current customers by delivering satisfaction. The great management god, philosopher, professor Drucker, who's passed away a couple of years ago, said that basically the purpose of business was to get a customer. He also said that that entrepreneurship was primarily about marketing. So if entrepreneurship is primarily about marketing, and marketing is about getting a customer, then entrepreneurship is about creating a customer and getting a customer. So understanding marketing is key and crucial if we want to create and grow a business. Now, there's an old view and a new view of marketing. The old view of marketing is about making a sale. It's about telling and selling. A new view of marketing is about satisfying customer needs. It's actually more about establishing a relationship. Okay. The old view is kind of more transactional, making a sale, telling and selling. The new view of marketing is much more about identifying customers, understanding their needs, and trying to establish a relationship with them so that over time you can retain that customer and continue to meet his or her needs or its needs over time, and of course sell more and more products and services as we go. So why is marketing so important? Again, it's this shifting in paradigms from one that is dominated by sellers out there selling to one of a buyer's market where the buyer has all of the power. We look at information technology today, and the what people use the internet for is searching and finding information, and oftentimes they know more about their illness than some doctors. They know more about what's available in the marketplace than many of the manufacturers and companies out there. So this is the kind of environment that business, that we as entrepreneurs need to be able to move in. A world where the information is free, information is plentiful, buyers are smart, they're not passive, they're active. Okay. And how do we manage the needs? How do we satisfy the needs? How do we solve their problems? How do we cure their pain in an environment such as this? So, in a simple way to describe the marketing process is this way: understand the marketplace and the customer needs and wants. Design a customer-driven market strategy. Construct an integrated marketing program that delivers superior value. Build profitable relationships and create customer delight, and capture value from customers to create profits and customer quality. Okay, this is not anything that you don't know already. Understanding customer needs and wants, developing some sort of strategy. Okay, working on a program to deliver that value, making sure that value in the relationship that you develop with the customer is profitable. Sounds easy, sounds simple, sounds straightforward, and that's the trap. Because in many respects it is, and in many respects it's challenging. As we said, that an opportunity is an unmet market need, and that we focus on trying to satisfy customer needs. We talked about that before. So what's the difference between needs and wants? Well, this is a quick way to think about it. That needs are these needs about feelings. Okay, it's kind of a deep-rooted need. Physical, social, individual needs. Those are needs. And a want is a modified need. A want is a form of a human it's a form that the human need takes. Okay, as it's shaped by the individual personality and culture. And so, wants driven from needs plus buying power equals demand. Okay, so I just want to cover this again. Is that it really is about needs. Okay, through the filter of culture and the individual's personality, which leads to wants. And this, plus the buying power of the individual, equals demand. Needs and wants are fulfilled through a marketing offering. Makes sense. Your product, your service, your experience. Your product, your service, your experience is how we as entrepreneurs, we as business people, we as marketers, okay, fulfill the needs and wants of our customers and prospective customers. Customer value and satisfaction. Customer value and satisfaction is dependent on the product's perceived performance relative to the buyer's expectation. Okay, again, the product's perceived performance. While the product's actual performance is important, what's really important is how the customer perceives that in relation to his or her expectation. If the product performs poorly and the buyer had low expectations, then it could be that the product has met the expectations of the buyer. On the other hand, if the buyer had very high expectations and the product actually performed very well, but in the buyer's eyes it did not, the buyer perceived it poorly, for all practical purposes, the product performed poorly. So it's this perception that we have to manage, in addition to the actual performance of the product, and we also have to try to manage, to the extent we can, buyers' expectations. You may have heard this term, manage expectations, but that's what we have to do. We have to manage expectations so the products and services that we deliver meet the perception of the performance that the buyer is expecting. Okay. And care must be taken when setting these expectations. If performance is lower than expectation, satisfaction is low. If performance is higher than expectation, satisfaction is high. Okay. If we can continue to meet the customer's expectations and continue to make our customers satisfied, that may lead to customer loyalty. And customer loyalty is very valuable because loyalty tends to be deeply rooted. So if we have a customer and a new product or service comes in the mix, our customers don't just jump to the new product or service. They stay with us. And if we work this properly, they'll stay with us even when the product and service from the other manufacturer is actually better. And that might give us time enough to really improve our products and services so we can also provide higher value for our customers. And they'll do that because they trust us. They do that because they're loyal to us. They do that because we have a relationship with them. Some firms delight exceeding customer expectations. And we want to exceed customer expectations as well, but you need to be careful with that, because if you continually exceed customer expectations, there may be a time where you can't, and if you can't, then they might be disappointed. They might have high expectations, and we might not be able to meet them. So we can exceed and delight them, okay, occasionally, but we need to be aware that this could be problematic. Marketing management. Okay, the art and science of choosing target markets and building profitable relationships with them. Now, this requires customers and marketplace to be fully understood, and the aim is to find, attract, keep, grow customers by creating, delivering, and communicating superior value. Okay. Again, it's about trying to understand who the target market is. It's about trying to understand how to segment the market. It's about trying to understand how to identify a niche. It's about how to go into that niche. It's how to develop relationships with the potential buyers in that particular niche. Okay, it's about attracting customers to your product or service. It's about growing your relationship with them by consistently delivering and products and services that meet and exceed their expectations. Okay. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, especially when customers are bombarded with hundreds and hundreds of different messages, different mixed messages, messages from competing products, messages from competitors, and so forth. It's very challenging. In engaging in marketing management, there are a couple of things that marketing managers must do. One, as we said before, is identify the customers that we want to serve. Okay. Now we have tools that we've talked about that are available here in the course about trying to help identify who the customers are. Okay. And second is, how best can we serve these customers? What is our value proposition? When we talk about business modeling, in particular in business model innovation, this idea of value proposition is really key. When we are developing our business opportunity, okay, who we're serving and what value proposition we're going to deliver are really at the crux of the matter. Because remember, we're competing not just with the product and service itself, but with the bundle of tangible and intangible benefits that represent the value proposition. And as we build our value proposition, okay, it is how we can differentiate ourselves and position ourselves vis-a-vis the other competitors in the marketplace. This is the marketing concept. When you may hear this, what is the marketing concept? Well, this is the marketing concept. Market management philosophy that holds that achieving organizational goals depends on knowing the needs and wants of the target market and delivering the satisfaction better than the competitors. So again, this is something we've talked about before. This is something that gets repeated and repeated and repeated. The only new piece of information here in this marketing concept is delivering the desired satisfaction better than the competitors. Better than the competitors. And how do we do that? How do we do that? We can do that in a number of different ways. Just as, we can do that by identifying the right group of people. We can do that by understanding their needs and wants better than the competitors. We can do that by actually providing a product or service that actually meets their needs in a better sort of way. We can do that by getting our customers to perceive that we're doing it better. So there are a number of different ways that we can actually exceed our competitor. But one last one, we can do it by just coming up with a better value proposition. That we can exceed the expectations of our customers vis-a-vis the competitors. Customer value. Okay. Customer, again, perceived value. Okay. It's the difference between all of the benefits and all of the costs relative to those of the competing offers. You see, what's going to happen is the competitors, your customers are going to weigh your benefits and your costs. They're going to weigh your benefits and your costs and come up with a number, let's say. And they're going to do that same thing with your competitors. And then they're going to rank you versus your competitors. Now, this is not meaning that they're going to take out a piece of paper, break out the calculator, and do some sort of calculus. Okay? But they do this very quickly, and they do this intuitively, and they do this without thinking. On the buying side, we on the selling side need to be aware of this. Okay, we need to be aware of this, and we need to make sure that when they do this calculus, our benefits versus our costs make us rank very highly. In addition, okay, this perception, we talked about perception before, it's subjective. Okay, it may be subjective, it's going to be subjective. Which means also that it might not be fair, but that's just the way it is. Okay? That's just the way it is. So customer value is perceived benefits minus perceived sacrifice, or it's perceived benefits divided by perceived sacrifice. The point is that you get some sort of number that is comparable vis-a-vis your competitors. And this number, again, is a fictitious number, but it's a number that people use to evaluate among different competing offers. Marketing mix. Marketing mix has classically been the 4 P's. Okay. Sometimes you'll see 5 P's, sometimes you'll see 6 P's, sometimes you'll see up to 8 P's. We're going to talk about 4 here. We may talk about additional ones as we go down the road, but you need to know these 4. Okay. 1, product. What's the product? Variety, features, brand name, quality, design, package, service. Price. List price, discounts, allowances, payment period, credit terms, etc. Place. Distribution channels, coverage, logistics, locations, transportation, assortment, inventory. Promotion. Advertising, sales promotion, public relations, personal selling. And as I said, some additional P's potentially, people, positioning, and blah, blah, blah. So when we're designing our marketing approach, we need to have this market mix down. What's the product and all of those additional items? What's the price? What's the place? And how are we going to promote it? Those things are key. We need to have those things down. And when we answer those questions, like variety and feature and brand and quality and allowance and discount and price and distribution channel and logistics and coverage and advertising and sales promotion and public relations, when we answer those questions, we start to build a comprehensive picture of how we're going to satisfy the needs of the customer. How are we going to deliver our product and service in a way that meets or exceeds the expectations of our customers vis-a-vis their wants and needs? So, in this quick intro, we talked about what is marketing, why marketing is important, what is marketing management, what is customer value, and what is the marketing mix. We're going to pick up some of these things and go on in some of the other marketing videos, lectures, but this is a good start. Okay, thank you.